Right, so yesterday we looked at section 4.7, okay, basic types of percent problems, a little bit with interest rate, and what we do, percent increase and decrease. Today we're going to do some more with percents. We're going to look at 4 types of problems, and we're going to show you guys one of each.
Yeah, we'll give you the formula for each, and then one example of each. And if we have some time at the end, we'll let you guys practice.
Okay, so 4 types of problems we're going to look at are sales tax. Okay, that's a type of problem where when you buy an item in a store, it might say, it's like $10, but then when you get to the register, you got to pay sales tax, so it costs a little more. Profit. Okay, that's a problem where a store usually sells something for more than they pay for it. So like anybody, like if you have a friend that works at a store, they get like a discount on it. All right, that's because the store actually doesn't pay what they don't pay what they sell it for. All right, that's how stores make money. They pay less money and charge you more, so they make a profit.
They have profit. They have to make some money, right? Doesn't cost that much to make whatever they're selling, but they want to make some money on it.
It's kind of like if somebody asked me to photograph something for them and print it on a canvas. Right, it might only cost me $30 to go do that, but I also had to buy a $1,000 camera. I have to drive to where they want me to photograph it. I got to get it printed on a canvas. So I might charge somebody $200 if they wanted a big canvas of something printed, even though it only cost me $30 to actually go to the store and get it printed, like a business. Discount, we already did a little bit of that yesterday, like if an item is on sale.
Yeah, so discount price, guys, is the price going to go up or is the price going to go down? It's discounted. Down.
And the last thing is commission. Okay, some people when they have a job, like a car salesman, or my dad, he sells John Deere equipment. He makes a commission on what he sells. So there's a salary they get, but then there's also if they sell like 100, cars or 100 riding lawnmowers, they might get a little bit of money for each one they sell. Okay, that's called a commission. All right, so we'll talk about those 4 kinds of problems. Okay, the first one is your sales tax formula. All right, so to find what an item would cost you, okay, if you went to the store, you got to take the marked price of the item. Okay, that's the price if you were looking at it on the shelf, picked it up, looked at the price tag, that's the marked price. But then you got to add the sales tax to it. Okay? And what we did is, Mr. Roy and I put the formula right here, how you calculate sales tax.
Guys, you can't put percent change to decimal, you just put percent to decimal, save yourself some space.
Okay, so to find your sales tax, you take the percent and you multiply by the marked price. Right, so there's only really 2 things in this problem to find the total price. You need to know how much the item cost. You use that twice. And then you need to know what is the percent sales tax. Like in Massachusetts, it used to be 5%, now it's 6.25%.
What a lot of people will do, even my seniors that I have that are doing financial literacy, they'll just do this. They'll do the percent, change to a decimal, times the market price. They'll look at like $1.05. Oh, that's how much it costs. No, you have to add that to how much it is. Right? Remember, tax is going to make your price increase.
Okay, does everybody have the sales tax formula? All right, so first example, you guys already got this on your sheet. Okay, a sweater was purchased. Okay, the marked price was $32.99. Okay, where the person's buying this sweater, they got to pay a sales tax of 8%. What's going to be the total price? Okay, so marked price is $32.99. Sales tax is 8%. All right, let's just go through. I think it's pretty obvious, but let's just make sure we know what the $32.99 is. Okay, what's the $32.99 in the formula? That's your marked price. Okay, so we're going to use that in 2 spots. 8%, that's your percent change to a decimal. All right, so this is going to go right there, and it's going to go right there. 8%. You're going to plug that in right there. Okay, just remember what we wrote in the notes. Take the percent, change to decimal. Okay, anybody think they can give me the whole equation on the left-hand side? Okay, and I'll just put equals. That's going to be your total price. Yep. All right, 32.99. That's good.
Plus, in parentheses, 0.08.
Yep. Plus, the next thing she did, she put 0.08. That's perfect. Change the percent to a decimal.
Parentheses, 32.99.
And then in parentheses, she put 32.99. And that's perfect. Okay, how many people had that as their equation? Yep, good. That's it. All right, now we just use our calculator. Maria, what do I do first to type that in?
You add 32.99 plus 0.08.
Can we do that? Order of operations?
You multiply.
Yeah, first thing we always have to do is multiply. If you add first, it will come out wrong. All right, so just make sure we multiply first. So 32.99 plus, just use your calculator. 0.08 times 32.99. Where should I round that? Should I keep it as 2.6392? I don't know if I'd go with 2.6 here. Think about what we do in real life. Where would that be rounded? 2.60? I don't think so. Where would that be rounded? Because it's money. Yeah? 2 point what? No? How many decimals do you round to with money? When you buy something, how many decimal places do you round to? How about Corey? I think when you pay for something at the store, how many decimal places the most you've ever seen after the decimal point?
I don't know, my mom usually does that.
Yeah? 2. Right? We don't have any more than 2 decimal places after 2 numbers after the decimal point. So what should this part be rounded to? Yeah?
2.63.
What's our rules for rounding? Not 2.63. I'm looking at that 9 and I'm thinking that tells me to do something to the digit before.
Rounded upwards.
Round it up. So how much would you round it to?
2.64.
Right. 2.64. Okay, anytime you're dealing with money, it's always 2 decimal places, and you don't just chop it off. You got to look at the next digit. If it's 5 or higher, you round up. If it's lower than 5, if it was like 2.634, I would round that to 2.63. Okay? All right. And that's going to equal our total price. What is 2.64 in this problem? $32.99 is the marked price. What's this 2.64? Why do we have to pay that? That's the tax. Good job. That's the sales tax you have to pay. So now add it up, and that tells you what you're going to pay.
You got Justin.
Oh, you got it, Justin?
Well, I was going to ask for an eraser.
You have an eraser, Mr. Roy? All right, so we got $32.99 plus 2.64. So if you wanted to buy this sweater, you're going to have to pay $35.63. That's it. Okay, any questions on that one? Okay, that's the sales tax type of problem. Okay, so the two things you're going to need to know what's the marked price and what's the percent as a decimal. Okay. Questions on that? All right, so that's sales tax. Okay, the next type is profit. Okay, so as we said earlier, this is usually where a store sells something for more money so that they make a little bit of profit. All right, so this one I rearranged a little bit, so just copy it down the way you see it.
Well, guys, what you're gonna do on yours is the first part. You don't need, right? You have parentheses in the first part. You don't need them. Just kind of cross them out. Add your plus sign. You already have your parentheses around this. All right? You have a plus sign here. You don't need that anymore. And then let's put parentheses around the last thing. All right, just gonna change it a little bit. Okay.
Okay, if you look at this formula, it's actually very similar to the last one. You've got something plus a percent times that something. I'll try the same thing. Something plus a percent times the same something you started out with. Does everyone see how these two are very, very similar? Okay, you got the same thing repeated twice. You got a plus sign, and right after the plus sign you've got percent. Right after the plus sign you've got a percent. We're just calling the things different names now. Okay, and as Mr. Roy wrote for both of these, if the cost is what you don't know, we try to pick a variable that makes sense. So we're going to use C for cost. All right. Okay, do you guys already have example 2 written down? The selling price of a bicycle? You guys got it? Okay, good. All right, so just kind of read along with me. It says a store lists the selling price of a bicycle at $78. Okay, so in other words, this is the price you would pay if you walked in the store. That's what the store sells it for. But this price includes a 20% profit on the cost. So what that means is the store didn't actually pay. Maybe they bought it from the manufacturer. All right? They didn't pay that much. Maybe they only paid $50. But the store has to make some money. Okay? So we're going to find out what was the cost for the store to buy the bike from the manufacturer. Okay, so we're going to solve for cost. Okay, let's start with that $78. Ben, what is that going to be in the formula?
That's going to be the selling price.
Yep, the store lists the selling price at $78. Okay, this time they're giving us the number on the other side of the equal sign. That's okay. We're just switching around what they're giving us. 20%. That's my percent as a decimal. Okay, so I've got the selling price. I've got the percent. What's the only thing I don't have on the left-hand side?
The cost.
I don't have the cost. Okay, what are we going to fill in for the cost?
C.
Yeah, we're going to fill in C. Okay, fill in C for the cost. All right, so let's see if we can set this one up. Let's get the formula so you guys can see it. First thing I need is cost. Okay, Sam, how did we say we're going to represent cost? Yep, so we're going to put C plus. Next thing is in parentheses, the percent as a decimal. Okay, so after going over the homework and doing percents, anybody think they can change this to a decimal, Zach? How much?
0.20.
Perfect. 0.20. Or you could also put 0.2. That's the same thing. Okay, now we've got something else in parentheses after it. What comes after my percent as a decimal? Victor? In your formula, what comes after percent as a decimal? Cost. And how do we represent that? C. All right, so notice we use C twice. That's fine. We get the same letter twice. Then we got our equal sign. And the last thing is selling price. Yeah, Ariana? Perfect. $78 is my selling price. Okay, notice the way we wrote it, this number. We usually like the number in front of the letter. We got it. It's right there. All right, so what I'm going to do is write this without the parentheses now. 0.20c. What number is in front of this one? There's nothing here, but we got to have something here. How many C's is this? Yeah, just one. We got one C. Okay, what would I do next in that equation? We've done this before. Zach?
Combine like terms.
Nice. You're going to combine like terms. Good. What are my like terms? Yeah.
1C and 0.20C.
Yeah. We have 1C plus 0.20. Okay, if you want, you could use your calculator, but anyone think they can add those up without it? What's 1C plus 0.20C? Yeah.
1.20C.
Yeah, 1.20C. So we get 1.20C. And now we're down to our last step. Okay, Ryan, can you tell me how to get C by itself?
You divide
Yep.
78 by 1.20.
And anything else you want to divide by 1.20?
1.20.
Good job. Okay, so that cancels out. And we get the cost equals. Actually, you got your calculator, Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you get when you did that?
Hold on.
You type in 78.
65.
Yeah, 65. Perfect. In this case, there's no change. So it came out nice. So that means the store paid exactly $65 for the bike, and they sold it to you for $78. So how much profit is the store making? What's the profit the store made on this bike? That's what they sold it to you for. And that's what they paid from the manufacturer. Yeah.
$13?
Yeah. So the store just made $13 to sell this bike. Yep. Okay. Any question on that? All right. So you got to be careful sometimes how much of a discount you give. Okay. And I know this happens with my dad all the time. Somebody might sell a tractor for the wrong price. They give somebody too much of a discount, and then the store actually loses money. And they can't go back and change that, because once you promise the customer a price, like that's the price they pay. You can't go back and say, oh, hey, I made a math error. Can I charge you $2,000 more? I don't think the customer's going to be too happy with you. So you got to be careful how much of a discount you give people. You know. So this kind of stuff comes up all the time. Okay, any questions on that one? So that's the profit formula. Okay, so we got sales tax, we got profit, and this is our second to last one. Okay, this is sale price. Okay, kind of like the last one, it's a discount, except all the ones we've done so far had a plus sign in them. Okay, sales tax makes your item cost more. Stores charge you more. Discount, what's that? That's not more, it's less. So we're going to have a minus in this one. All right, and again, you're going to have to adjust it on your paper. So, and I think this formula it makes a lot of sense. If you want to find out what the price of the item would be on sale, take the regular price and then subtract the discount. That's basically it. Okay, very similar to the last one. Basically, you're just changing a plus to a minus. See if I can show you both. All right. So you've got a cost and a cost. Same thing used twice. You've got a regular price and a regular price. Same thing used twice. Right in front of the cost, you've got percent as a decimal. Percent as a decimal. The only difference is instead of a plus, now it's a minus. It's the same structure, same kind of formula. Okay, everybody got, yeah?
Can you go to the sales tax formula, because I think I messed up in
The sales tax formula?
yeah.
So that's your sales tax.
No, that's good.
Yep, you good?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, anybody else? Everyone got the discount formula? All right. Did you guys already have this written on your sheet too? You got that, so we can just read it? All right, it says a CD player. It's on sale for $57.85. Okay, the discount is 35%. So this is the price you're paying after the discount. Okay, they've already taken the money off. I want to know what the price would be before the discount. All right, so if you came back next week and this item wasn't on sale anymore and you wanted to buy it, how much would it cost if it wasn't on sale? Okay. And then once we know what the regular price is and we know how much we paid, we can find out how much money did we save. We can compare the regular price to the sale price and see our savings. All right, let's start with $57.85. Okay, where's that going to go in my formula? Gage?
Sale price.
Yeah, that's the sale price. Good job. Okay, how about 35%? Where's that one going to go? Yep.
Percent is just decimal.
Yep, that's your percent as a decimal. And what's the only thing we don't have in the formula? The regular price. Now, in this one, Mr. Roy, Mr. Roy and I didn't suggest what letter to use for a regular price, but what letter do you think would make sense? Yeah, let's use R. Okay, if you don't know the regular price, use R. All right, so that's going to be the very first thing in my formula, regular price. Ben, how are we going to represent regular price?
R.
Yep. So we got R minus, okay, copy that down, minus my percent as a decimal. Okay, Alex, you think you can change that 35% to a decimal for me? Nice, 0.35. Okay, what's going to come after the 0.35? We've already used it once. We've seen this a lot. It comes up again. Zach? Yeah, we're going to need another R. Equals, and the very last thing is my sale price. Okay, what's the sale price here, Ariane? $57.85. Okay, you kind of recognize this left-hand side. We got two R's again. What you can do is put it just like we did last time. So that's $57.85. And what do we call these things on the left-hand side? Since they two terms with the same letter? Yeah, but they're the same variable, so we call them like terms. And what can we do with like terms? We can combine them. Okay, so we got 1. Take away 0.35. So I get 0.65. Oh. Whoop, you can't see it. Sorry. 0.65 R. Okay, did the 5785 change yet? Have I done anything to that? No. Okay, so that stays the same. And how about Michaela? Can you tell me my last step to get R by itself? Yep. Perfect. Nice. Divide by 0.65. Okay, are we going to try to do that in our head? No. We're just going to take our calculator.
No way.
Okay, now before I even type it in, I'm already thinking if I need to round it, how many decimals? 2. All right, let's see what happens. Maybe we'll get a nice answer. Yeah, I don't know. Divided by 0.65. All right, so we did it. We got a nice answer. $89. Okay, let's go back up, make sure we answered everything they wanted. Find the regular price of the CD player. Have we done that? Okay. Find the amount of discount. Have we done that? No. Okay, so this one, they want to know the amount of discount. How would you do that? The regular price is $89. We paid $57.85. How much money did we save? How do we do that? Yeah.
You would subtract the 7.85 from 89.
Yeah. Take the regular price, okay, what the item would cost if you didn't discount it. Take the price we paid with the discount, $57.85. And that's going to tell us how much money we saved. So we saved a little over, looks like $30 there. So we saved $31.15. Okay, sometimes people miss that last part.
Hey, you guys got it, because the one on the homework tonight is going to ask you to do the same thing. You have to find the price and also the amount of discount. How much you saved.
Yeah, so there were two things in there. 2 things. Okay, any questions on the third type? All right, you guys ready for the last type? One more, and then we're done. Okay, this one is commission. Okay, so commission, that's that type of problem where maybe if you work as a car salesman, maybe you make like $10 for each car you sell. So that encourages them to try to sell more cars. And they get paid maybe a base salary. So maybe they get like $100 a week for their salary plus $10 for every car they sell. Maybe something like that. So it's kind of a gamble. If you have a good week and you sell a lot of cars, maybe you make more money. If you have a bad week and you don't sell any cars, you make less money. So, all right, so here's your commission.
So guys, this one you don't have to change. It's all in the right order. There's only those middle 2 we have to change.
Okay, so a salary is an amount of money you earn no matter what. Okay, so let's say, Justin, I'm going to hire you to be my salesman, okay? You want to be my salesman?
Sure.
Yeah, you do, all right. So you're going to be my salesman. And I tell you, Justin, I'm going to pay you $200 a week no matter what. I don't care if you don't sell anything. I'm going to give you $200 a week just for being my salesman. Sound good? Yeah, you like that. All right? So you get $200 a week no matter what. And then I'll say, you know what? I'm also going to say, I'll give you, say, 5% of everything you sell. All right? So if you sell a lot of stuff, you're going to make $200. Plus, you're going to make 5% of everything you sell. You sound good? But I'm going to take 95% because I got to make money too. All right? But I'll give you a little bit of money no matter what. And then I'll give you some extra money depending on how much stuff you sell. Okay? That's commission. All right, so in this one I added the word salary so you'd know that that's a salary. All right, so it says Hector earned a $350 salary. Okay, so he's going to get that money no matter what. If he sells a lot of stuff, if he sells nothing, he's going to get $350. Plus, he's also going to get a 2% commission on every car he sells. All right? Every car he sells, he gets a 2% commission. So that's like, I know this is kind of small, but let's say he sold a car for $1,000, he'd get $20. Sell a car for $1,000, he'd get 20. The guy he works for would get the rest. This week, Hector earned a total of $710. We want to figure out how much stuff did he sell.
$1,000 for a car.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cheap.
That's a POS.
All right. So all we got to really do is figure out what number goes where. That's it. Well, I think that one's pretty easy. $350 salary. 2%. Okay, where's that going to go? Sorry, I can't. Not sure? Yeah. That's going to go as your percent, okay, as a decimal. What about this? $710. Ryan?
Total earnings?
Yep, good. That's your total earnings. And what's the only thing we don't know?
Total sales.
Yeah, total sales. All right. I'll probably use T to represent total sales. The only reason I don't like using an S is because sometimes when I write an S, it can look like a 5, and that would be confusing. All right, so if you want to use T or X, just be careful your S's don't look like 5s. All right, let's see what we got. Salary. Yep, we know that. $350. After salary, we got a plus sign. Plus. Okay, in parentheses, I need my percent. Okay, Jalen, how would we write 2%?
0.02.
Perfect. 0.02. Okay, there's my percent. Okay, total sales. That's the question mark. We don't know the total sales. Okay. So for total sales, just pick a letter. I would use. Let's just use T. T for total sales. Okay. Equals. And what's the last thing on the other side? Yep.
Yeah, guys, I mean, the thing
710.
that says- I mean, the thing that says 1750, it should be 710. I thought that was a 1 there.
Okay, we're okay with that?
Yeah, so instead of 1710 in your sheet, guys, it should be 710. That's all.
All right, and I got 2 steps left to get T by itself, and then I am done. Anybody give me my first step? Yeah,
Subtract 350.
Yeah. Very good. Okay, we got to do our addition and subtraction. In this case, subtract 350. For now, leave 0.02t right where it is. And now we're going to do 710 minus 350. Gives you 360. And my last step. Kevin? Yep, nice job. And divide by 0.02. That's gone on the left. So now we're going to find out the total sales. 360 divided by 0.02. Okay, $18,000. Which for car sales nowadays wouldn't really be that much. I mean, that could be one car. So realistically, in a week, a car salesman, they might even sell $500,000 worth of cars. Depends, you know. So that's probably pretty low, but that's what we got. Okay. Any question on that? That's your commission formula. All right. So for tonight, we're going to give you guys a worksheet. Okay, it's going to be one of each of those
Guys,
types.
read those sheets out, because we're gonna leave one practice before you go.
But we'll have you guys try some practice before you go.